Good morning. Welcome to my beginning of the week on Tuesday, 11:30. I'm gonna go get ready, but I wanted to start filming right away because you know how they say there's no better time than right now. And also I want to talk about organization, cleanliness, specifically in the kitchen. So, yeah, let's go. Before we touch the main topic of the day, I just wanted to jump in here really quickly and remind you to do your morning routine. So even if it's 4 p.m. and you haven't done your morning routine yet, that's okay. Remove all the judgment, remove all the preconceived ideas that the morning routine has to be done before 12 p.m., right? Because it's midday, so it's no longer morning routine and you missed the chance to do it. This kind of switch in a mindset really helped me, because when I was younger, I would go to school without brushing my teeth for one reason or another, whether I would wake up late or I would just be too slow getting ready or I would just forget. And that really took a toll on my mental health, on my self-esteem, and also all the financial burdens that comes with more frequent cavities and so I really recommend you to go ahead and do your morning routine if you haven't done it yet. And without further ado, let's go to my kitchen. Let's talk about organization and cleanliness in our kitchens. Now, the number one problem in our household is washing the dishes, because both me and my husband Cesar hates doing it. The sensory overload and the boringness of the chore definitely does not help with it. But there are a few tricks that I try to implement to make this task easier to tackle for my ADHD brain. So I hope it would also be helpful for yours. So the first advice would be not to put all of your dishes inside of the sink. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning of the video when I just switched my camera to the kitchen view, but it looked really messy. The counter looked really messy because all the dishes were all over the place. However, spreading them out like this really seems to help me to see what am I dealing with, you know? And also, it's not in my way. I don't have to move the water stream to one side or another, you know? It just takes away that extra difficulty from my mind. The second trick or advice would be to try and wash as many dishes as you can while you're still cooking. I know it seems like you might not have that much of time because you have to focus on your food that you're preparing, but there are definitely a lot of moments where you have to wait for the water to boil or for the oil to get hot, or in general just while your vegetables are sauteing. I try to go in those little gaps, little breaks from cooking and wash the dishes, and I usually focus on the dishes that are easy to be washed. So that one, let's right away jump into the third. Advice that I have for you is start with cups or other dishes that look the cleanest. It is the easiest part of dealing with all the dishes. You do not have to worry about all the slimy food that is stuck to it and is about to touch your fingers. And it goes really quickly, while also provides you that satisfaction and that visual reward, you know, seeing that result happening so quickly. Now, the next advice might seem a little bit over the top, but I've started doing it recently and I do see that it takes me less time to wash the dishes, and also I do not feel like I'm being tortured while doing it. So basically, very recently I started categorizing my dishes. Plates with the plates, bowls, and utensils, you know, everything in these kind of like piles. And I just go one category at a time. And I don't know if it's the repetition, you know, that all the plates basically you have to take care of them the same way. And the utensils, you know, that you're going to be dealing with the smaller, detailed areas. I don't know what exactly it is, but I definitely do see that. Maybe because I can go a little bit more into this autopilot and do not have to think like, oh, this is the cup, I have to go in and outside. Oh, this is the plate, I'll have to go on top and bottom. Right? I just go into this autopilot and let my body automatically do it. So try it out because I am actively trying right now. And I definitely wanted to recommend it to you because in the short time I've seen difference in me, but we'll see if it's gonna stick with me or not. So this one is still a little bit questionable, but I definitely wanted to drop it out here for you guys. Okay. So I could go and go and go with these advices, but body doubling, and it's not only for the dishes, it can be for literally everything: homework, workout, cooking, everything. Uh, I don't know if you've done it before consciously or not, but it basically helps you to take your mind off what you're doing in the case of washing the dishes, right? In the other cases, it's more like snaps you back to the current moment. Here you can see the graveyard for vegetables that is called refrigerator. I've seen a lot of ADHD people sharing on social media the advice not to use that fresh produce drawer and rather just use the doors of the fridge. However, that's not what I would recommend because some of the veggies are more sensitive to the temperature changes. So we still use it. We make sure that we take them all out of the baggies before storing them. And then the veggies that we cut open and did not finish using, or the ones that have seen better days, we put them at the top drawer of the fridge. So every time we open, we know that we have them and we have to use them up. And the last trick or advice that I have for you guys over here is to try to make your kitchen more ADHD friendly. Accommodate yourself. You know, notice where you usually put things, adjust it. And one thing that we did when we just moved in this place, because the landlord was having a renovation of the house, they took out all of their cupboards and drawers out of there, and we asked them like, would you mind not putting it back, because it was taking up a lot of space and our kitchen is not big, but also because I really wanted to have this open kitchen concept where I can see all of my cups. As you can see, I can see all my spices over there. Our teas and coffees are right there in front of us, you know. So basically, not hiding the things. You walk in the kitchen and you see what you have and what you're dealing with. So, this is definitely not the end of the advices or the tricks that I could share with you, but I think almost 9 minutes is more than enough for our ADHD brains to sit in one place and try to focus and not to sidetrack from. But basically, what I want to say is that it's a journey, you know, even with implementing all of these different tricks. Our kitchen still look like shit some days, and I still manage not to wash the dishes for 3 days. And you know, it's okay. Very important part is to accept and forgive yourself. Bye, guys.